Hook. Right. Imagine you're floating inside your mom's belly, already nearly 3 feet long, and your face is literally a saw covered in teeth. Proper teeth. Sharp ones. Now here is the question that should be keeping everyone awake at night. How exactly are you supposed to exit your mother without turning her insides into a horror film? This seems like evolution's biggest design cock-up since the giraffe's neck. Is your mom going to survive this? Are you? Because something's gotta give here, and you're really hoping it's not her internal organs. Welcome to life as a Sawfish, where your nose is a weapon. Your mom abandons you immediately, and you've got to figure out how to use a chainsaw face without any instructions. Buckle up, because this gets properly wild. Main content. So there you are, floating inside your mom's belly, already packing a 3-foot-long saw covered in teeth. Evolution really outdid itself with this one, didn't it? Created a baby with a built-in lethal weapon and then said, right, now get that thing through the birth canal. Good luck. But nature, surprisingly, actually thought this through. Each of your saw's teeth is covered in a protective sheath, essentially a soft, flexible casing that transforms your built-in weapon into something closer to a rubber spatula. Clever. That. Still mental, but clever. Birth happens quickly, and you're unceremoniously dumped into shallow, murky ocean water. Your mother, apparently not interested in seeing how this biological experiment turns out, immediately swims away. No goodbye, no good luck out there. Nothing. Just another day in the wonderful world of fish parenting, where your mum spawns you and then legs it faster than a shoplifter at Tesco. As you lie there, slightly stunned by your sudden existence, you give your body a good shake, trying to get oriented in this new world. That's when those protective sheaths start falling off your teeth, one by one. The water around you fills with tiny, translucent covers as your weapon is revealed in all its glory. Congratulations. You are now a 3-foot baby with a fully operational chainsaw face that you have absolutely no idea how to use. Brilliant. The water above you darkens suddenly. A massive shadow passes overhead. A bull shark, cruising by at least 5 times your size. Your heart races, but it doesn't seem to notice you against the murky bottom. Still, every instinct in your tiny body is screaming at you to leg it. You dart forward, eyes fixed behind you on the threat, not looking where you're going. Classic mistake. Whack. Your saw slams straight into a rock. The impact sends vibrations through your entire body, rattling your tiny brain. It's like hitting your funny bone, except the funny bone is 3 feet long and covered in teeth. As you shake off the dizziness, you realize something important. This bizarre appendage isn't just for show, and you'd better figure out how to use it before you give yourself a proper concussion. Now that the danger has passed, you pull out your mental survival checklist. 2 urgent tasks need addressing right away. First, figuring out what the heck this face saw is actually supposed to do, because right now it's more liability than asset. Second, finding something to eat before your stomach implodes. You mentally tie a bandana around your forehead and prepare for mission you won't die on day 1. As you drift over the sandy bottom, your saw hovers close to the seafloor. Suddenly, you feel a strange, tingling sensation through it, like a 6th sense activating. There's something alive under the sand. Not something you can see, but something your saw is detecting. You re-picking up the faintest electrical signals from a creature's beating heart and moving muscles through specialized sensors in your saw. It's like having a built-in metal detector, except instead of finding coins, you're finding dinner. Purely on instinct. You give your head a sideways flick. The saw slices through the sand and the small fish shoots out in panic. Another swing, more controlled this time, and you've stunned it. As you gulp down your first meal, you mentally check off task 1 on your list. So that's what this thing is for. It's not just a weapon, it's a built-in radar for finding hidden prey. With your stomach no longer staging revolt, you check off the second task too. 2 down, but there's still the matter of making it through your first night without becoming someone else's dinner. The sun begins to set, casting long shadows through the murky water. You spot a group of other juvenile sawfish heading in a particular direction. Safety in numbers seems like a smart move. So you try to follow them, but they're faster and soon disappear from view. Still, they must have been going somewhere safe, right? You continue in the same direction, determined to find shelter. What you don't realize is that you're swimming toward increasingly shallow water, approaching the shore of a small island. The fading light makes it hard to judge depth. But there's plenty of food here. Your saw detects worms and small crustaceans buried in the sand. You dig in literally using your saw to unearth a feast of wriggling treats. You're so focused on your meal that you don't notice the dark shadow forming above. When you finally look up, it's almost too late. A large seabird is diving straight toward you, its beak aimed like a missile. The bird's beak misses you by inches, stabbing into the sand beside you with a force that would have skewered you like a kebab. But it's not giving up. It takes to the air again, circling for another attack. You dart forward, only to realize you're heading into even shallower water. Your back breaks the surface, making you even more visible from above. Absolutely brilliant tactical decision that the bird dives again. You dodge left another near miss. In a moment of desperation, you turn and dart toward deeper water, away from the shore. The bird follows, making one final dive. You feel the rush of air as its beak barely misses your tail. Then, blessed darkness envelops you as you plunge into the depths beyond the shallows. You rest there, out of reach, gills pumping rapidly as you try to process how close you came to becoming bird food. Lesson learned. Shallow water at dusk is a death trap for babies. For the next few months, you stick to safer, deeper waters, developing a healthy respect for the dangers above and below. Your days fall into a simple pattern. Hunt, eat, hide, repeat, and grow. Boy, do you grow. By the time you're 6 months old, you've doubled in size to about 6 feet long, roughly the height of an average human. You're still nowhere near full size, but at least you're no longer on every predator's easy snack list. Well, not every predator. There's just one problem with your growth spurt. Your saw is developing faster than your coordination. It now accounts for nearly 25% of your total length, making tight turns feel like you're trying to parallel park a double-decker bus whilst drunk. You pull out your mental survival checklist, eyeing the next challenges. 2 predators are drawn on it. One's a stingray, the other looks like a small shark. You mentally circle the stingray first. Time to level up your hunting game beyond just snagging worms and tiny fish. You cruise along the sandy bottom, your electroreceptors tingling as they pick up faint signals. There's something flat and partially buried. A stingray. It's almost completely concealed beneath the sand. But to your specialized sensors, it might as well be flashing a neon sign saying, "Dinner's here." You approach cautiously, remembering that these creatures have their own defensive weapon, a venomous barb on their tail. The technique here needs to be different. You position yourself carefully above the hidden ray, then swing your saw in a controlled side-to-side motion, like nature's version of a metal detector. The ray senses danger too late. As it tries to dart away, you bring your saw down, pinning it to the seafloor. A few more precise slashes, and the meal is yours. Not bad. You've graduated from snacks to proper meals. You check off the stingray from your list. Progress. Next target. The small reef shark. This is going to be considerably more challenging. They're faster, more alert, and definitely not half buried in sand waiting to be discovered. You're going to need strategy, not just brute force. After a few days of searching, you spot your target, a small reef shark about your size, hunting in the same area. You won't be eating this one whole, but you need to practice handling larger, more dangerous prey. You stalk it carefully, staying low against the seafloor where your mottled coloration helps you blend in. The shark is focused on a school of fish, giving you the opportunity to approach from below. Just as you're about to strike, a massive shadow blots out the light from above. You freeze, instinctively pressing yourself against the sand. The reef shark legs it, apparently sensing the same danger. It's a bull shark. A big one. And he has definitely noticed you. You abandon your hunting practice, darting for the nearest covey, dense patch of sea. The bull shark follows, surprisingly agile for his size. Your saw catches in the grass, slowing you down just enough for him to close the distance. his jaws open, revealing rows of serrated teeth that look like they could bite through a car door. At the last possible second, you twist your body and swing your saw upward. The sharp teeth of your saw rake across his gills, drawing blood. He recoils, clearly not expecting such effective defense from what he thought would be an easy meal. You don't wait to see if he'll try again. You shoot through the seagrass toward the shallow waters where his bulky frame will be at a disadvantage. The bull shark follows to the edge of the shallows but stops where the water becomes too thin for his comfort. He circles, waiting, but eventually swims off. When it becomes clear, you're not coming back out. You survived round 2 with your nemesis, and even drew first blood. Not bad for a fish with a chainsaw for a face. Once the adrenaline subsides, you pull out your checklist again. The shark hunt didn't go exactly as planned, but you'll count it as a lesson learned. You check it off anyway. Sometimes survival's enough. A few years pass as you master the art of Sawfish survival. Your saw grows longer, your body stronger, your hunting skills sharper. You're becoming a proper predator now, not just a confused baby trying not to die. One ordinary morning, whilst cruising through your usual territory, something changes. A distinctive scent in the water catches your attention. Not food, not danger, but something else entirely. Something enticing. The chemical signals hitting your sensory organs are unmistakable. Pheromones from a female sawfish. In her reproductive prime, it's like someone just wafted a freshly baked pie under your nose, if your nose was actually a 3-foot serrated hunting tool. Nature's calling, and you're definitely picking up. You follow the scent trail like a bloodhound with a GPS, zigzagging through the water until you spot her. Another sawfish, slightly larger than you, with a particularly impressive saw. She notices you too and doesn't immediately flee or attack, which in the underwater world counts as enthusiastic consent. The mating dance that follows is, well, let's just say that when 2 creatures with giant serrated weapons for faces try to get romantic, it's a delicate operation. Imagine trying to kiss someone whilst both of you are holding chainsaws. There's a lot of careful maneuvering involved. After successfully navigating the logistical challenges of sawfish reproduction, which I will tactfully leave to your imagination, you both simply part ways. Just 2 passing sawfish who briefly made an evolutionary contribution and now have places to be. No cuddling, no exchanging phone numbers. Just back to the daily grind of not getting eaten. Life goes on for another decade. You've grown into an impressive specimen, Sits. Keen feet long with a saw that makes up nearly a quarter of your length. You're now one of the ocean's most distinctive predators, a proper adult sawfish who's mastered the art of survival. You're drifting lazily with the current one morning when a small stingray passes just overhead. You're not particularly hungry, but there's nothing like a little hunt to break up the monotony of the day. You begin following it, accelerating upward with powerful strokes of your tail. The race senses danger and darts forward, leading you on a spirited chase. So focused are you on your prey that you do unnotice the strange patterns of shadows above until it is too late. Suddenly, both you and the stingray hit something invisible but unyielding. You twist and turn, trying to break free. But the more you struggle, the more entangled you become. It's a fishing net, something your instincts never prepared you for. Panic sets in as you feel the net tightening, being pulled upward toward the surface. The stingray is trapped beside you, equally helpless. The water around you grows brighter as you're lifted toward the surface. And for the first time in your life, you break through into open air. The sensation is absolutely disorienting. Gravity pulling at your massive body, your gills gasping uselessly at this strange not-water substance. You're dropped onto a hard, flat surface, surrounded by strange bipedal creatures making loud noises. Humans. You've heard rumors about these predators from other fish, but you never thought you'd encounter them firsthand. They're supposed to be the ocean's ultimate threat, unpredictable, dangerous, and seemingly everywhere. As they approach to extract you from the net, survival instinct takes over. You thrash wildly, swinging your saw in desperate arcs. The humans jump back, shouting. One particularly brave or foolish one grabs your saw with his gloved hands. You feel a sharp twist, then a sickening crack, closing, and that's where we'll leave our Sawfish's story, trapped on a boat, face to face with humanity, the ocean's most unpredictable predator. From being born with a chainsaw face and zero instructions, to mastering the art of electrical detection, surviving bull shark attacks, navigating the awkward logistics of Sawfish romance, and finally ending up in the one situation your instincts never prepared you for. It's mental when you think about it. Yeah, you survive being born with a saw through your face. You figure out how to use it to hunt, to defend yourself, to navigate murky waters. You dodge seabirds, outmaneuver bull sharks, and grow into a 16-foot apex predator. You master every challenge the ocean throws at you. But then humans show up with their fishing nets and their boats, and suddenly all those millions of years of evolution don't mean much, do they? Your chainsaw face is useless against nylon rope. Your electrical sensors can't detect danger from above the water. Your incredible hunting skills mean nothing when you're pulled out of your element. Sawfish are critically endangered now, with some species on the verge of extinction. These incredible creatures, living fossils that have survived for millions of years, are being wiped out by overfishing. Habitat destruction, an accidental beak, that magnificent saw that took millions of years to evolve. It gets them tangled in nets. It makes them valuable to poachers. It's both their greatest asset and their biggest vulnerability. If you found this story as mental as I did, smash that like button and subscribe for more wild tales from the natural world. These creatures are absolutely extraordinary, born with built-in weapons, electrical superpowers, and survival instincts honed over millions of years. They deserve better than ending up as bycatch. Share this video, spread awareness, and maybe, just maybe, we can help ensure that Sawfish do and to become just another story of what used to swim in our oceans. Cheers for watching, and remember, nature is weirder and more wonderful than any fiction we could write. Let's try to keep it around. Catch you in the next one.